How's it going, you guys? AZPlow21 back again with another episode of our UFC save in WMMA 5. And here today, we have the Korean Zombie taking on Ryan Hall. Now, Ryan Hall just pulled out of a fight in real life against Dan Ige, so not the best look for him. But nonetheless, he'll be taking on the Korean Zombie in our main event here today in Eastern Asia, all up in the Korean Zombie's hometown. Can't wait to see the prospect showdown, says Gluttony. You can expect that in a couple of episodes. Fabian Edwards and Norbert Novendy Jr. in the main event of that one. Looking forward to Bryce Meredith. He's a really good featherweight prospect. But nonetheless, it is Korean Zombie and Ryan Hall. It is their turn to do battle. You can take a look at the main card there, the prelims there. We are making our way towards UFC 274. Nunes versus Anderson, and what a stacked card it is. Lingo Barbosa, Prohashka Kuchalaba, Luque versus Edwards, Gadea versus Namajunas, and Nunes versus Anderson. 3 title fights. That's going to be an awesome pay-per-view. Let's go ahead and get this one started. As always, be sure to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitch so you can watch me live and all that other good stuff. Let's go and get this going. RBM says he finished watching Nightmare on Elm Street. That's a pretty good film franchise. I'm not really one for horror movies though, but nonetheless, Korean Zombie and Ryan Hall. Ping Yuan Liu taking on Louis Smolka. Liu is 17-6, Smolka is 17-7, and Liu gets the win in the bantamweight division, improves to 18-6. He's now on a 3-fight winning streak. Very nice for Mr. Liu. Rakhmonov taking on EZDS. He's kind of fallen off, especially in this game. He's currently on a 2-fight losing streak. Lost to Perry, win over Neil Magny, lost to Warley Alves, then lost to Wonderboy, hoping that he can get back into his winning ways. He takes on Rakhmonov, 2-1 in the UFC, coming off a win over Julian Williams. And Rakhmonov gets a big win over EZDS. Improves to 15-1. That is not a good loss for EZDS to take. 3-fight losing streak now. Moving on, it's Rani Sadeh taking on Bokang Masunyane. I believe this is in the flyweight division. Masunyane is the favorite at -190. 8-2. Rani Sadeh 1-0 in the UFC on the Reyes versus Davis card over Josh Paiva. And Rani Sadeh gets the win via unanimous decision. It was a great fight apparently. Masunyane now 1-2 in the UFC. And he says it was a tough fight and gives some respect. You love to see it. Up next, Khama Worthy taking on Jonathan Mounier. Worthy 16-7. Mounier is 9-2. And Jonathan District Mounier gets the win via submission in what was a fantastic fight. You'd love to see it. 10-2 now is Mounier, 3-2 in the UFC, coming off a loss to Jeff Neal. All right, Dentist Stewart, Darren the Dentist Stewart, taking on Mike King now in the middleweight division. 11-7-1 is Darren Stewart. Mike King is 9-1. Darren is the heavy favorite, and he loses via unanimous decision to Mike King. So 10-2 now. King winning in his UFC debut. That is a very good result for him. And Darren Stewart 11-8-1, and now on a 4-fight losing streak. It looks like we are going to be saying goodbye to Darren Stewart after this result. And King wants to face Johnny Hendricks next. Anatoly Malikin taking on Felipe Lins now in the heavyweight division. Malikin 8-1, Lins is 14-5. Malikin is making his 3rd UFC appearance, coming off a loss to Pavlovich. Felipe Lins 0-2 in the UFC, not doing well for himself. May be on the cutting block if he loses here tonight, and it looks like he is. 0-3 in the UFC right away. Felipe Lins loses in a bad fight to Malikin via unanimous decision. And you can see why we hired him. I mean, he's the PFL heavyweight champion from 2018. He won $1 million. Figured, hey, why not give the kid a shot? Loses 3 in a row. this one to Malikin, who is now 2-1 in the UFC. So we're probably going to be letting Lins go after this. Musa Kamanayev taking on Charles Air Jourdain. Jourdain is 12-3, 3-1 in the UFC, doing very well for himself. Kamanayev 1-0 in the UFC, and Charles Air Jourdain gets the win via knockout, 109 in round number 2. Now 4-1 in the UFC, and has a nice little winning streak to his name as well. A lot of respect for Kamanayev as we move on to Brian Boom Kelleher, who had a fight this past weekend and lost, taking on Brett the Pikey Johns. He lost to Ricky Simone. Kelleher 21-12. He is coming off 2 straight losses. And Brett the Pikey Johns 4-4 in the UFC, also coming off 2 straight losses. This is a very important fight for both of these guys, as Brian Boom Kelleher gets the win via TKO in round 2. And he says he respects Johns. Moving on, Priscilla Cachoeira. Remember the girl that got bludgeoned by Amanda Nunes, taking on Tiffany No Chill Teo. 1-1 in the UFC. Cachoeira 3-4 in the UFC, holding her own. Has won 3 out of her last 4, so good for her. And Tiffany No Chill Teo gets the win via unanimous decision. She improves to 12-2. The Korean Superboy, Do-Ho Choi, taking on Michael Trisano in the featherweight division. Do-Ho Choi, I believe he's main evented. Yeah, he main evented a show at one point. I think it was because there was a fight that fell through, or someone got injured, so he had to step up into that main eventing spot. He's been on the main card, and then he lost here, main card. And then he was on the prelims here, and he lost to Sergio Giglio. All right, takes on Trisano, who is 8-1, 2-1 in the UFC, coming off straight wins over Herbert Burns and Dan Ige. And Do-Ho Choi getting it done once again, knocking out Michael Trisano. And Ho Choi gives some respect to Trisano. You love to see it. Shane Burgos taking on Kevin Aguilar in our first main card fight of the night. Aguilar, number 22 featherweight in the UFC, coming off 2 straight losses to tough opponents. And Burgos, number 19, 2 straight losses of his own. And Kevin Aguilar gets the unanimous decision victory over Hurricane Shane Burgos. Manel Kape taking on Alexandra Pantoja. Kape at 125 is 19-5, 4-1 in the UFC. 3 straight wins: Brandon Moreno, Baby Latoff, and Dustin Ortiz. On the other side, Pantoja, number 8 flyweight, coming off a no contest to Ulan Bekov. And Manel Kape keeps it going, knockout in round number 3. Now 4 straight for Manel Kape. Surely going to be going into the top 5 after that result. Edmond Shahbazian taking on Khalid Murdazaliev. Murdazaliev, number 25 in the division, coming off a no contest to Kim Kennedy. Shahbazian has had a very rough go of it. He's lost 4 out of his last 6. He was undefeated when he started out the save. He is now 13-4. Had a little good thing going on. Beat Johnny Hendricks, beat Bavon Lewis, and then loses to Trevin Giles. Takes on Murdazaliev, who is 15-2-1, number 25 in the division. And Murdazaliev TKOs Edmond Shahbazian in round number 1, 3:41 into the round. Yikes, Shahbazian not having a good time. Moving on, David Branch in the middleweight division, taking on Antonio Carlos Jr. David Branch, 40 years of age, could be retiring soon. This is his first fight in the database because he got popped for PEDs. This is his first fight back. Cara de Zapato has had a very on and off career thus far in the save. beat Theodoru, lost to Hall, beat Brandon Halsey, and then lost to Tom Breeze. And Antonio Carlos Jr. submits David Branch in round number 3. I wonder if Branch is going to retire. He does not. A big win for Carlos Jr. Moving on, AJ McKee from Bellator, the co-main event, taking on Guan Wang, undefeated in the UFC, 3-0, coming off 3 straight wins. AJ McKee has had a very rough start to his UFC career, but the machine is behind him. You'd like to see him win. Lost to Do-Ho Choi. Beat Tukagov. Lost to Darren Elkins of all people. Probably got wrestle-fucked. Nonetheless, our co-main event, the betting line is heavily in favor of McKee, and AJ McKee TKOs Guan Wang in 43 seconds. You'll love to see it. Trying to build up McKee. He's going to be a future star, I can kind of tell. And our main event of the evening, and what should be a very, very interesting contest between like straight up jiu-jitsu and straight up kickboxing. The Korean Zombie, Chan Sung Jung, taking on Ryan Hall in our main event. Ryan Hall, a heavy favorite at minus 400. He is the number 13 ranked featherweight. You can see just unbelievably, just doing incredibly. Do-Ho Choi, Chaz Skelly, Tukagov, Gilbert Melendez, Josh Emmett, and Shane Burgos. All of them via submission. Can he do the same to the Korean Zombie in our main event? Korean Zombie coming off a loss to Chad Mendez. Before that, beat Mirsad Bektic, lost to Cub Swanson, lost to Brian Ortega. I mean, he's been submitted twice in his last 4 fights, so this is not looking good. But let's go ahead and get this one started. Gluttony says he wants AJ to win. Your referee is Herb Dean. Korean Zombie in front of his hometown fans. Wonder if that's going to have anything to do with it. Korean Zombie is a big underdog. Hall throwing some leather. You have to wonder when Ryan Hall is going to try to go for a takedown. Hall coming forward to attack. Scores with a right cross. Hall forces an exchange of strikes. Counter left hand by Korean Zombie. A right hook gets missed. Hall stepping forward. No takedown so far here in the first round. You'd think Ryan Hall would go after it. A good right hand. Oh, vicious head kick. He's down. Hall falls to the floor. Korean Zombie quickly. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4:08 in round number 1, declaring the winner by TKO, the Korean Zombie Chan Sung Jung. Wow. Ryan Hall did not shoot for a takedown at all. And because of that, Korean Zombie probably just got comfortable in there, got loosey-goosey, and then boom, head kick, and then raining down the punches. TKO victory for Korean Zombie. Still just 34 years old. It's crazy. It seems like he's been here forever, but he's only 34. Gluttony's excited. Korean Zombie is the victor in our main event. Not that big of an attendance over in Eastern Asia, but that's okay. We probably made a good profit on it anyway. Let's go ahead and give out some bonuses. Fight of the night. Ooh. Jonathan Mounier. Ooh, let's give it to Do-Ho Choi in his hometown. And then we're going to give one to Jonathan Mounier for an amazing fight. Any first round finishes? Oh yeah, AJ McKee. Oh yeah, happy with that. Yeah, the attendance was bad, but we still got a nice little profit on the show anyways. We're going to go ahead and skip all of this, just the short list fighters that I'm keeping an eye on. As always, we're going to update our rankings, take a look at our emails, and then look forward to whatever we have going on next. Gordon Ryan fighting for a title already in LFA. That's insane. Hopefully he wins and then he's able to negotiate. And then something else is going on over at Pancrase. Kind of wish it would just skip through that. I would rather just look at the results in my email, But nonetheless, hope you guys are having a good day. This upcoming weekend is the Blades versus Lewis fight card. Hope you guys are excited for that. I'm a big fan of both, honestly. Derek Lewis is obviously hilarious. Curtis Blades is a good fighter. He had a rough time staying conditioned throughout the fight against Volkov. When he won, in his post-fight interview, he was just gassed. Like he... And I mean, I understand, like, he went hard for 25 minutes, but damn, you know? Got to get that cardio up. Derek Lewis, I'm sure, also needing to get his cardio up. So it's going to be a funny one. It's going to be a funny fight. We're going to see what happens, though. Hope you're having a good day, Gluttony. Hope you guys are all having a good day. It is going to be a good fight. I think Blades, though, is going to try to get the fight onto the ground. Like, for sure. Like, he's not going to try to stand and bang with Derek Lewis. And Lewis is not going to want that fight to go on the ground. So we'll see just what they worked on. I'd imagine it's literally going to be Blades just pressuring, trying to get takedowns in. I don't know. Maybe Blades catches a knee from Black Beast. Black Beast has been, he's known to throw those high kicks every now and then. All right, let us see. I can see that we signed somebody. McGregor slams Poirier. Let's go ahead and take a look at our rankings. The real question is, will Lewis's balls be hot? That is a very good question. We will have to see this weekend. Update to the rankings. Nothing going on at heavyweight or light heavyweight. At middleweight, David Branch moves down. Carlos Jr. moves up to number 11. Chris Weidman back into the top 10. You love to see it. Murdazaliev moves up to 21. And Trevin Giles enters in as Shahbazian. Ouch. Not having a good time. Nothing at lightweight. At featherweight, Ryan Hall moves all the way down to number 18. Korean Zombie in at number 11. At bantamweight, Kelleher enters the rankings. You love to see it. At flyweight, Manel Kape is number 3. Wow. After beating Pantoja on a 4-fight winning streak, I feel like he still needs one more win before getting a title shot. Plus, the De Silva Cara France fight is deciding who fights for the title next anyways. After Joseph Benavidez, because I think we're just going to do that rematch at flyweight. Following the next month, we're going to be able to book that. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Ali Baga Utinov and Benavidez are going to have their rematch. Figueiredo moves up to number 8. Pantoja moves down to 9 after losing to Kape. Of course, at featherweight, Megan Anderson set to face off with Amanda Nunes for the featherweight title after winning that little mini tournament. At bantamweight, Sarah Kaufman is back. So she got popped for PEDs last year. She is back, and she is back in the rankings at number 16. Love to see new faces in the divisions. At flyweight, same thing with Viana Mota. I think she fought this past weekend, actually, and I think she won. I think she armbarred some poor girl. But she's back into the rankings after, I believe she got popped for PED as well. Yeah. Yikes. But anyway, she's back, and she's in at number 23. Strawweight, nothing doing, so those are the rankings. Let's go and take a look at our emails. I think I saw that Gordon Ryan is ready. Isabella Bajurek needs to be sent down. That's fine. Gordon Ryan is done with LFA. He's only 2-0, though, and he already won the title. Who did he fight? Really nobody. Like, oh man. Do we take a chance on Gordon Ryan? Why not? Why not, you know? He has some buzz around him, you know, in real life, so I feel like it's something the UFC would do. These are all people that have signed with me. Bo Nickel signed. That's another wrestler. Not a BJJ guy, but a wrestler. And he beat Julian Marquez, who got a big win this weekend in real life. He's beaten some, you know, noticeable names. Let's see. Pantoja needs to have his contract renewed. He's still ranked, so of course we're going to keep him. Fabian Edwards. This guy's going to fight on Prospect Showdown. So we'll go ahead and keep him. Let's just say he was on Looking for a Fight. Yeah, why not? Yeah. But the thing is, everyone's already knows who Gordon Ryan is, you know? Or at least most hardcore MMA fans will know who Gordon Ryan is. He's like one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners like right now, like in the world. Shane Burgos needs to be renewed. Coming off 3 straight losses, but he is ranked. We'll go ahead and sign that for him. You think we could try importing John Gotti III into this game? Yeah, I think I could do that. If there's anybody that you want me to try to import, like Hamzat probably would be a good one. Literally anybody that is new that I would need to import. I can. I already have the newest database downloaded, so I could probably just try to get that, you know, imported into the save game pretty quickly. Just any names that you can think of, just write them down, or put them in the chat, or put them in the comment section, and we'll try to get that taken care of. Malakin coming off a win over Linz. Get him back in here. 2 fights is good. Kevin Aguilar coming off a good win. You get 2 more fights, sir. Charles Air Jourdain coming off a big win. 2 more guaranteed fights for you, sir. Felipe Linz. Ooh, 0-3. Everyone F's in the chat for Felipe Linz. Big respect, but we're going to have to send you on your way, sir. Manel Kape, our new flyweight contender. 3 guaranteed fights. Why not? Doo-Ho Choi, the Korean super boy. He's good for business. Mid-level national, 2. 3. Ooh, he wants some money, huh? He wants some money. Let's see if he'll do this. Yeah, he'll be fine with that. F, absolutely. F's in the chat. Okay, cool. All right, cool. We're all good on that. So that's going to do it for this episode. If you're watching on Twitch, stay here. I have a mega recording session going on right now, so I'll be here for a little bit. But the next time that I see you guys on YouTube is going to be for UFC Fight Night Nemkov versus Narkun. You can see it's a 5-card main card because one of the fights ended up getting canceled due to injury. But you can take a look at the fights there if you want to, you know, take a quick peek. Go ahead and pause. But nonetheless, I will see you guys later. We're making our way towards UFC 274. I'm AZ Plyo 21. Thank you guys. You guys have a good one.